Ubisoft's pirate extravaganza, Skull and Bones, has been cooking in the dev kitchen for a whopping 10 years. It's like they threw a bunch of ideas into a blender. First, they thought about making a game just out of those epic sea battles from Assassin's Creed, Black Flag, and even toyed with turning it into an MMO. But, thanks to a bunch of tech and money hiccups, the launch date kept playing hide-and-seek. Finally, though, February 16th, 2024, is marked on the calendar as the big day. And guess what? After dabbling in the closed beta, I'm cautiously hyping myself up that Skull and Bones might actually be a hit. Shiver me timbers. Here's the scoop. Ubisoft ditched their initial plan of keeping us glued to our ship's wheel. Now you can strut around as your own custom pirate, hitting the shore now and then. You'll be hanging out in a port inspired by the legendary Tortuga, where you can build ships, grab weapons, and knock back some grog. Before I dived into the closed beta, I thought the landlubber stuff would be a bit of a yawn. But surprise, surprise, it turned out to be a sweet breather. Thanks to Ubisoft Singapore, the base feels pretty real. And it's where you can buddy up with other players to form a kick-ass fleet. After a quick how-to on a fully kitted-out schooner and sinking some flagships, I got hit with the oldest trick in the gaming book. My ship got wrecked, and I washed up on a beach all alone. After creating my character, I teamed up with a couple of fellow castaways. We were basically bobbing around in a nutshell, scavenging for resources. Eventually, I stumbled upon a wreck with the crucial info on how to get to Santa Ana. You know, the Tortuga twin. Once there, I chatted with the local pirate bigwigs who filled me in on the somewhat thin plot. Basically, I had to prove my salt as a new pirate. And no shocker here. Step one was to get myself a decent ship. Lucky for me, I already had the needed resources stashed away. Otherwise, it's off to sail and hunt for spots to gather wood from acacia trees or mine for metal ores, all while playing some simple mini-games. Honestly, this part felt more like a necessary evil, the calm before the storm. But once my sweet little schooner was shipshape and armed to the teeth, the real fun began. You can pimp your ship in all sorts of ways. Spend in-game cash on new figureheads, sails, decorations, and of course, weapons. There are also special items that boost speed and damage under certain conditions. The customization options later in the game promise loads of creative fun. I set sail with a fellow pirate editor, but here's the deal. You're not partying together on the same ship. Nope, each of you captains your own vessel. If you're missing those happy deck parties from Sea of Thieves, don't worry. In the context of building your own mighty pirate fleet, this approach is spot on. We had this wild moment that really brought us together as a crew. While scouting around Santa Ana, my mate spotted a port ripe for raiding. The catch? Defend against incoming ships in the nearby bay for a while. The fights feel nice and arcadey. You aim and shoot like in a third-person shooter, but remember to account for your target's speed and the cannonball's drop. Plus, enemy frigates have highlighted weak spots. But back to our port conquest, my buddy forgot he had 0 ship weapons. He was missing the resources, so he had to wait for me. He dodged the law for a good 5 minutes until I swooped in with my sails flying and started sinking ships left and right, while he rammed them for extra damage. Skull and Bones rewarded our victory with a boatload of resources and repair kits. But we noticed a big snag in Skull and Bones. The raid only triggered for my friend, even though I was in the same waters. I had to start the activity myself. It would make way more sense if the game kicked off events for everyone nearby. Also, you don't share collected resources with your crew, which leads to another issue. Main quests only progress when everyone has met the objective. My buddy couldn't build his big ship due to a lack of resources, so I had to wait around until he wrapped up his task. Ubisoft really needs to cook up something smarter here. Before we dock this ship and go our merry ways, don't forget to smash that like button like a pirate smashing a bottle of rum. Your likes are the wind in my sails and keep this channel afloat. If you haven't already, hit subscribe and ring that bell. It's like a crow's nest for updates, making sure you never miss out on our latest adventures and discoveries here on Quriosity. Until our paths cross again in the vast gaming seas, keep your curiosity flag flying high. And remember, in the world of games, there's always more to discover. This is Chris, signing off from Quriosity. Fair winds and following seas, my friends.